Hello again, it's Mr. Waistcoat Man again. Today I'm going to talk about my book really, which you can get on Amazon, and it's called the 57 Real Weight Loss Tips. I've got it on my iPad. I've got it on my iPad here. I'm just going to scroll through. I'm going to show you perhaps five. If you want the book, you can get it on Amazon. Okay, let's begin. So here it is. Here's the cover of the book, and I'll scroll through but we'll stop at certain things. Now there's the first one I want to stop at. Be mindful of what you eat. We're all like this. We all get into bad habits. We just eat the same thing every day, not really thinking about it. We go to the supermarkets, we put stuff in our baskets, never really think about it, and just do the same thing. And then we wonder why we're perhaps overweight. So from now on, what I want you to do, and it says there, I'll just see what it says. From now on, what I want you to do is I want you to be mindful of what you're doing. So when you go to the supermarket, be mindful of what you're buying. The best way of doing this is to actually make a list of things that you want, go to the supermarket, and you keep to the list. It's so easy just to go along those supermarket shelves, and it's all psychologically designed that you'll put extra stuff in. So just be mindful of what you're eating. Then when you're eating, again, I want you to be mindful of what you're eating. Don't just put it on your plate and pile it into your mouth. Just think about, do I really need this amount of food? Do I really need this extra sausage or chip or whatever it is? So I want you to be mindful. So that's the first one. Be mindful of what you eat. So would you actually eat that cake or not? That's another good one. Rid yourself of excuses. We all do it. We all make an excuse of why we eat certain things. It could be because we're bored, stressed, anything like that. And loads and loads of excuses. I'm just going to tell you about a client, nothing to do with food. I used to work as an alcohol counsellor many, many years ago. And I always remember this chap came in to the office, and we sat down, we were talking, and I said, why do you drink as much as you do? And he said, well, the wife. I said, stop. And all I did, I had a flip chart in the office at the time. I stood up and wrote one word on the flip chart. Then I said, why else do you drink so much? He said, oh, the next door neighbour gets some. I said, stop. I got up and I wrote that same word on the flip chart underneath. I asked him a few more times, and he gave me different reasons why he drank as much as he did. And every time he gave me a reason, I said, stop. And I wrote that word on the flip chart under that word, the same word. Eventually he said, Phil, can I ask you something? And I said, yes, and I knew what was coming. He said, why every time I tell you why I drink, you tell me to stop, and you write that word up there? I said, listen to what you've said. I asked you why you drink so much. And you said the wife, the neighbour, the in-laws, etc., all those things that you told me. Not once did you tell me you drink because you want to drink. You didn't take any responsibility. As soon as I said that gentleman had a light bulb moment. And from that day, his drinking reduced rapidly. And in fact, a year later, after I'd seen him, he'd stopped drinking. A year later, he came to the office, knocked on the door and said, Phil, can I come and have a chat? I said, yeah, come in, obviously. We went into the same room and we were chatting along. And I said, what helped you? He said, do you remember that time? Or you asked me why I drank, and you wrote that word on the flip chart. You said, that's the main thing that helped me. Because as soon as I realised I was only making excuses, and guess what? That's the word I wrote. Making excuses for why I drink and not taking on responsibility for that, I suddenly realised it's my responsibility. I need to do something about it. And he said from after he stopped drinking, he hadn't touched it. His life was back on track. So don't make excuses about why you eat so much. Take responsibility for what you eat. No more excuses. I like that one. Treat every day like it's Monday. Invariably, we all start diets on a Monday. No other day really. It's either tomorrow or Monday. But Monday is the most common day that you're going to start a diet. And you're dead enthusiastic. You love it. You get on with it. You're eating sensibly and you're not piling all the rubbish on your plate. You're not eating the chocolates. You're not drinking the fizzy drinks, etc., etc. And you're really enthusiastic. Determined you're going to get this weight off. But what happens? A few days later, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, days you want to go out and enjoy yourself, it's not so easy. But if you treat every day like it's a Monday, then you can wake up in the morning and you can say to yourself, right, starting today, it's just like a Monday, and you'll keep the enthusiasm. So treat every day like a Monday. So start to love Mondays. Next one, plan ahead. Right? Don't just go off as a bit like the first one, where you go to the supermarket, you just walk in there and just pile everything into the trolley. Plan ahead. Make lists. Our lives are hectic. But if you plan ahead, you know what you're doing. You know when you're going to eat, what you're going to eat. So you don't have to just suddenly just grasp anything you possibly can. So plan ahead. Thinking about it won't achieve it. We can all think about doing something. For example, you can think about walking around the world. You can think forever about walking around the world. But you're never going to achieve it just by thinking about it. What you need to do is take action. So just thinking about it's not going to help you. You're never going to achieve it just by thinking about it. You have to do it. So as I say, thinking about it won't achieve it. Let's do one more. Let's do that one. Eat, don't starve. I don't talk about diets when I'm helping my clients. Just don't talk about diets. Mainly because diets don't work. Because if they did work, I'd never have any clients. So diets don't work. But why don't diets work? In my opinion, diets don't work because when you diet, basically for the vast majority of people, it means they're going to starve. They're going to starve themselves so they can lose weight. But when you starve yourself, what happens is your mind goes into survival mode. So when you don't have anything to eat and your body and your mind start thinking, I'm not going to get anything to eat, what it actually does by going into survival mode is store some of that food that it gets, because it doesn't know when it's going to get another meal, it stores it as fat. Because obviously the bigger we are, the longer we're going to live in a world of no food. So as soon as you go into starvation mode, your body goes into survival mode and stores fat. But if you give your body enough food, so it doesn't have to worry about it, it can let go of the fat because it knows it's going to get fed. So don't starve. Eat. Starving isn't going to get you to lose weight. Not in this day and age anyway. So eat good, healthy food. And as you can see, there's many, many more in my book. So as you can see, there's lots and lots that you can actually get some lovely tips. 57 in all, 57 tips to help you to lose weight. That'll do for now. Okay, that's it. My name's Phil Collins. I'm now the waistcoat man. See which waistcoat I'm wearing next time. Do subscribe to my channel if you like it. If you don't, still subscribe, you can still watch it. But do subscribe so that you can see more and more tips. And I'm going to do tips about lots and lots of different things. It's not all going to be food-based. As a hypnotherapist, I help people with lots and lots of different things. So there's going to be stuff on anxiety, stress, phobias, etc. How to overcome these sort of things. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.